and you're arriving in Spain. After you cross the Strait of Gibraltar, imagine how interesting. Very interesting for all of you. Very few people of this coach knew that. So you are going to land in the Spanish territory in Africa, and then on, and then you cross the border into China. Well, this will be today exactly the same. Two left, Melilla and Ceuta, and you will see Ceuta. So, population of Ceuta, 250,000 people live in that colony. It's a very big one, big city. So altogether will be very interesting for all of you, Americans, Canadians, Australians and New Zealanders, because British people know more about that. They are more close to Spain and they know we have a colony. But very few Americans of this coach knew that. We have a big city in North Africa. There you are. How interesting. And then we cross the border with a coach into Morocco. At 11:40. At 11:40 will be in Algeciras, in the harbor. We are going to stop. If I have time, I will give you a break in between here in Algeciras for coffee, in a place called La Barca de Vergel. If I see I have time for the ferry, you see, because I'm afraid to miss the ferry today. So if I do have time, I will stop you for 20 minutes in Vejer de la Frontera. British party, you know, today is Day, is the British day of the tour. The American day is in another day. And today is the British day. You know that. Today you are going to see Cadiz. Well, Sir Francis Drake used to fight the Spanish galleons. The well-known English pirate, Sir Francis Drake, came to the Bay of Cadiz very often to fight us. You know, it's a very historical place for the British and the Spaniards, the well-known city of Cadiz. And then, very, very interesting man. Then Trafalgar, we are going to pass by Trafalgar, where Lord Nelson was killed. Imagine how interesting for the British party to see the well-known Trafalgar Cape, where the battle took place. Poor Lord Nelson never went back to England. Lady Hamilton, Lady Zogin anymore. Yes, you will pass by Trafalgar today. You will see the sea where the well-known battle took place with the French and the British. And then Gibraltar, the Rock of Gibraltar. So altogether sounds very English. You see, very historical day for the United Kingdom in this coach tour. For the rest of the party also, but for Britain, very interesting. The American day, historically speaking, is another day of the tour. Will come a very interesting American day on the coach tour. It will be later on. When we, if they give you 8 for the dollar, you pay 5 for the soft drinks, so it's about 60 or 70 cents of the dollar for the soft drinks. Coca-Colas, Pepsis, cafes, things like that will be about 5 to 6 dirhams. That is not too bad. Soft drinks. So, what happens with the chains? Complicated. You are going to get very angry sometimes, very upset. Well, don't be upset. You are on holiday. It's Africa. It's a third world country. Don't forget that. We are not in Europe any longer. Third world country. So you have to accept it. We cannot do anything else. I mean, we have to accept it. Someone's time you are going to change money in the hotel, and they tell you there's no change. But you tell them, look, say your change here in the desk. Why you don't change? No money. Said, I'm sorry. And then you get very angry, very upset. No change and nowhere. My God, it's difficult. It's going to be 3 difficult days for the money point of view for you to change here, to change there. No change, no money, no many places. Well, you will see. In Morocco, the banks give you the same as the hotels, as everywhere. No matter where you change the pound or the dollar. If the dollar is 8 today, you will get $8, 8 dirhams everywhere in the whole Morocco. Even in the shops, even in the Casbah, in the Medinas, they will give you 8. So no black market and nothing. They're exactly the same everywhere. Not a penny more, not a penny less. No commission in Morocco. It's controlled by the government. They change in Morocco. So that is good in one way because there's no commission anywhere. If you change in the hotel, they give you the same as the bank. Exactly. So there you are. So you don't have to go to the banks when you can change in the hotels. But let's see if there's money in the hotels. Sometimes they don't have so much money to change you. That is why you get very little bit upset and angry with this business. Today we are going going to change in the first stop in Tetuan. We stop for coffee in the Hotel Reef, nice hotel, Safir, near the Reef Mountains. And then you will be able to change money there. You can change some dollars, some pounds into dirhams. But of course you change little. You change only 10. And then by the next day, 10 pounds is nothing there for 2 or 3 days. And then you need more. And then is when you start stocking, no change. So please, I would like to tell the party to change today 20 pounds per person. You have 4 days in Morocco, you need 20 pounds. Easily in one country, 20 pounds in 4 days is 5 pounds each day. For coffees, for lunches, I mean, you need some money. So please change, no 5 pounds, change 20 each person. And then you will have at least for the 4 days there, and then you won't be worried next days until Rabat. Maybe in Rabat you will be able to change more in the hotels there when you get a few pounds more, Cueta, GS, 5 pounds more. But if you change 20 pounds each today in Tetuan, in the Hotel Safir, you maybe have money for a few days. And then you have to worry about these monies and fares, then not change and make nails and all that. Thank you very much. It's about $30 per person, at least 30. Because remember, you have the optional lunches. Dinner are included, but no lunches. And you like to eat. Sometimes you like to eat something at lunchtime, and you need local currency. So then you change about 20 pounds. Remember that money cannot be changed in Spain when you come back, eh? This country, in England and America, you lose the money, you bring dirhams back into Spain. Spanish banks don't take them. And not allowed to leave the country with dirhams anyway by the Moroccan government. So the police can stop you all your money and confiscate it at the border if you bring dirhams out of the country on Thursday morning. So the law is the law. No dirhams back into Spain. You spend your last dirhams in Tangiers on Wednesday night for shopping, for souvenirs, tipping the waiters, something like that. So because next day you won't be able to change that money in nowhere Thursday morning. So remember that. Write it down because this thing you may forget. I'm not going to be with you 4 days in the macro, and then you can forget because the guide won't tell you these things in Africa. That man was coming here. So don't forget to write down all I say now. It's confidential, eh? Everything I tell you between here and the border is confidential, eh? Don't tell that man I told you anything. I say nothing about Morocco. I don't know Morocco. I don't know anything about Morocco. So remember, it's all confidential. Don't tell me, Vincent told us, Vincent saying nothing. My God, I didn't say anything.